against your skin, so brown. And I want to sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a million stars all around. 'Cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. I found out a long time ago what a woman can do for your soul. Oh, but she can't take you anyway. You don't already know how to go. 'Cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing on the ground. I get this feeling I may know you as a lover and a friend, but this voice keeps whispering in my other ear, tells me I may never see you again. 'Cause I got a peaceful, easy feeling, and I know you won't let me down, 'cause I'm already standing. Yes, I'm already standing. Yes, I'm already standing on the ground. Ooh, 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 oh, oh. Ooh, 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 oh, oh. How's everybody doing tonight? Tuesday Live, the between Christmas and New Year's kind of no person's land edition. Sort of thought, should I take this week off? But got the streak going. Don't want to stop it now. At least get to the end of the year, if nothing else. And what else are you doing on a Tuesday night between Christmas and New Year's? Just sort of hanging out and doing stuff. I'd probably play my guitar anyways, or waste a lot of time looking at Facebook or something, or watching shows on TV. Not that I watched all the Christmas movies. Still got some that I haven't watched yet, so I don't know whether I'll get around to them or not. It's always a little depressing watching a Christmas movie after Christmas. But hope everybody had a good Christmas. A little different this year. We had a pretty quiet one, a little bit of virtual gift exchanges and take-out turkey dinners and that sort of thing. But still was pretty good. It's the thought that counts, not so much how things happen, I guess, necessarily. We can't get too hung up on that. Hopefully this will pass again in the future, and we'll be back together next Christmas, if not sooner. Hopefully sooner, anyways. But anyways, tonight's I've got a couple things on the show. We've got, of course, Stan McRae. Just love Stan putting his photos together every week. I appreciate him sending in some pictures this week. So we've got a nice little set of Stan's pictures from some nature shots from down along the St. Lawrence River. And also our good friend Waxxie has just released a new fantastic compilation track on a song, so we're going to show you that a little later on as well. And sort of just a last minute thing, I think it was around 4:30, 5 o'clock, I got an email from an old friend of mine, Burnett, who some of you, if you're in the KW area, used to be involved with Rockaway Mennonite Collegiate. I think it was like the phys ed director there or something for years. And he's recently retired, but also a musician as well. And he's put together a little compilation with an original song he wrote, kind of inspired by all the pandemic and everything going on, with a nice little positive message. And he sent me a copy of that at 4:30, just sending it out to his friends. And he said, "Hey, Bernie, send me over a copy and I'll get it on the show tonight." So we've last minute, I think about 10 minutes ago, I got it all loaded up and ready to go, so I can have Burnett and friends on the show as well. So looking forward to that. Some of you may recall on last week's show, Pat, Ricky, Bobby did a nice little feature telling us about Christmas in South North Carolina, and also threw out an opportunity for folks out there if you wanted to. And he actually sent me along one of his cozies. If you want to send him in a question, Pat, Ricky, Bobby's looking for questions that he can answer on the air. And if he answers your question on the air, he'll send you a official Pat, Ricky, Bobby 62 cozy. And I even got him to autograph mine. I mean, he's a man of few words, Pat, Ricky, Bobby, so PRB 62, but that's nice. But nice little cozy, keeps your drinks cold. So think about that. And if you're interested, he'd like you to send it in as a video. So video yourself asking a question to Pat, Ricky, Bobby if you're interested about life down in as a bootlegger, part-time, semi-retired professional driver down in South North Carolina. You might want to send him a question in, a video question, and if he answers it on the air, he'll send you a cozy, and I'm sure if you ask nicely, he'll sign it for you as well. So I'm just drinking, this is sort of my between Christmas and New Year's beer, is a blonde brew, a de-alcoholized beer, but it's refreshing. Keeps me sober on the show too, which is a good thing. Ooh. Anyways, that foamed up, so I must shake that on me. But anyway, send in your questions to patrickybobby62@gmail.com. That's just Pat, Ricky, no E, R-I-C-K-Y, Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, 62@gmail.com. And I'm sure he'd be happy to answer your questions. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I'm just sort of looking at the comments here, see if I've got a few requests there. I'll try to slip those in. Thanks, Sandy, and a nice little crowd here tonight. So got some songs. I'm going to play some songs I like to play as well, and we'll see Stan's pictures. And if you have any questions about life as a semi-retired musician playing in his living room every Tuesday night for the last 42 now weeks, I'd answer those too. But anyways, here's one of my favorite singer-songwriters. We featured him a lot in the show, a song by Gordon Lightfoot. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. Know that ghost is me, and I will never be set free as long as I'm a ghost that you can't see. If I could read your mind, love, what a tale your thoughts could tell. Just like a paperback novel, the kind the drugstore sells. When you reach the part where the heartaches come, the hero would be me. But heroes often fail. You won't read that book again, because the ending's just too hard to take. Walk away like a movie star who gets burned in a three-way script. Enter play the scene, bringing all the good things out in me. But for now, love, let's be real. Never thought I could act this way. I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. If you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Just like an old-time movie about a ghost from a wishing well, in a castle dark or a fortress strong with chains upon my feet. The stories always end. If you read between the lines, you know that I'm just trying to understand never thought I could feel this way, and I've got to say that I just don't get it. I don't know where we went wrong, but the feeling's gone and I just can't get it back. Hey, Grandpa Chris, how you doing tonight? Fishy Fish, of course, one of Gord's way best. Yes, I saw an interview, a fairly recent interview with, I think it was in the past year. I think it was maybe on CBC News. Is it Ian and Hannah Mancine, I think, is one of the anchors there, and he was interviewing Gord, I think from earlier in the year, but post-pandemic, I think Gord's tour had been, I think Gord was still touring, and his tour had been postponed. And Gord was talking about his top songs of his catalog that he thought were the best songs, which, you know, he's got a lot of songs, and certainly that was on his category as well. So, yeah, there's Brian Stan McRae on there saying something. It's "My Eyes Should Be Better." Great country here. Mike Plume, Night 30, Newfoundland. That is a good song. I'll see if I can dig that out, Stan. Maybe while your pictures are showing. Song for a Winter's Night. I do know that song's for a Winter's Night. We'll do that as well. Thank you, Mr. Hunter. Gordon. Anyways, this was a request that came in from Sandy, just as the show was starting. It's Something by Blue Rodeo. It's one of my favorites, Something Blue Rodeo. I always think of playing around a fire on the edge of a lake. Sort of mid-northern Ontario, not really north. Strange and beautiful are the stars tonight. Dance around your head. In your eyes I see that perfect world. I hope that doesn't sound too weird. And I want all the world to know that your love's all I need. It's all that I need. Then we are lost. and I wonder why I bother. So much controlled by so few, stumbling from one disaster to another. Ain't that right? And I've heard it all so many times before. It's just a dream to me now, a dream to me now. If we're lost, we are lost together. Yes, if we're lost, we are lost together. And in the silence of this perfect night, I listen only to your breath. And in the moment of a shooting star, somehow it all makes sense. And I want all the world to know that your love's all I need. It's all that I need. 'Cause if we're lost, we are lost together. Yes, if we're lost, then we are lost together. Fantastic song by Blue Rodeo. I've only actually seen Blue Rodeo once live, which is funny when you think how often they've played around and about. That was actually in a kind of an unusual venue in an aircraft hangar at Waterloo Airport with, I think Peter Hunter, who was on the show, was actually there too. We went with him. And it was a great concert. I mean, they always put on a good concert. They've done a lot, but I've heard their Stratford. These guys, I'm not sure if they still do, but they've done a concert in the Stratford Theatre. I think that'd be really good, obviously, with you know, nice theater, probably fantastic acoustics and everything. But maybe someday. Our friend up in Fenland Falls. We have many friends up in Fenland Falls. Of course, one of our favorite towns on Tuesday Live is Fenland Falls. We're going to play up there someday when the world is all fixed up and we can get back out again. Excuse me, I had a bit of a cold, I think, or something. Not sure, it's just the cold weather. It may just being stuck at the house all the time with the Christmas tree. It's starting to get a little old. But I don't know. Do you keep your Christmas tree up till after New Year's? We tend to keep it up until after New Year's, and probably keep it up as long as we can this year, just to get the season going as long as we can. But I think my wife, the executive producer, and I are both a little allergic to Christmas trees too. But we hate to get an artificial one. I love the live tree, but anyways. Our friend up in Fenland Falls, one of them, David, sent in a request for Joy to the World, and I thought, Joy to the World. Not that one, Dave. That's not the one you want, is it? I don't think so. Let's try this one. Could have done a better job in the intro, but that's okay. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I helped him to drink his wine. And he always had some mighty fine wine. Sing along. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy to you and me. If I were the king of the world, tell you what I'd do. I'd throw away the cars and the bars and the wars, and I'll make sweet love to you. Yeah, I'd make sweet love to you. Singing joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy straight shooting son of a gun, singing joy to the world, all the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me, singing joy to the world, all the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls, joy to the world, joy to you and me. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls, joy to the fishy fishes in the blue sea, joy to you and me. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. Joy to the world, sing along, all the boys and girls, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, joy to you and me. One more time. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy to you and me. I said, joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy to you and me. Thank you for that request, David. I've never played that song before. I've heard it many times. Kind of an interesting song. Like Jeremiah was, how'd the guy run into a bullfrog that had wine, but he didn't understand a single word he said? I'm sure Fishy Fish knows all about that song, although maybe before his time. I think Fishy Fish is a fairly young fish. But anyways, here's another request from tonight. A little Irish song. We would have got Robbie O'Spoon to do it, but gave Robbie and Willie the week off. I thought they've worked hard the previous 41 episodes or so. So I gave him the week off, and in fact, I feel a little bad because actually, under the Christmas tree, there was a gift at the very back, and I reached under, and it was to me from Robbie and Willie. They gave me a little mini drone to fly around. Of course, I've been out flying it, crashing it into the snow, but I feel bad they got me a little gift, and I didn't get them anything. But maybe we'll see some drone footage on Tuesday Live sometime in the future. Anyways. As I was going over the far-fetched Kerry Mountains, I met with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. First produced my pistol and then produced my rapier, saying, "Dan, Dan, deliver, for I am a bold deceiver, mushroom, dum-a-dum-a-da." Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. I counted out my money and it made a pretty penny. Put it in my pocket and I brought it home to Jenny. She said and she swore that she never would deceive me. The devil take the woman, for they never can be easy. Mushroom, da-da-da-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, I went in my chamber for to take slumber. I dreamt of golden jewels, and for sure it was no wonder. Jenny took my charges and she filled them up with water. Sent for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Mushroom, da-da-da-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. It was early in the morning, nor I rose to travel. The guards were all around me, and likewise Captain Farrell. First produced my pistol and she stole away my rapier, but I couldn't shoot the water, so a prisoner I was taken. Mushroom, da-da-da-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. If anyone can aid me, it's my brother in the army. If I can find a station in Cork or in Killarney, if he'll come and save me, we'll go roving near Kilkenny, and I swear he'll treat me better than my darling sporting Jenny. Mushroom, da-ba-doo-ba-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Now some men take delight in the drinking and the roving. And others take delight in the gambling and the smoking, but I take delight in the juice of the barley. Courting pretty Jenny in the morning, bright and early, mushering da-ba-da. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Whack for the daddy-o, whack for the daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Captain Farrell, that must be one of your relatives, Tim's relatives, one of Tim's friends on the... Tim, as you know, our Tuesday Live news anchor, taking on a bit of a hiatus, multi-month hiatus, but that's okay. I think he's working on new material. We may see him up here at some point in time. But anyways, I'm going to switch over here. Let's. My friend Bernie Burnett, as I said, sent in a compilation tape of a song he wrote, and he got a bunch of his friends, and they put it together, and it's a very cool little song. And give her a listen. Anyways, this is Bernie Burnett.
All of the good things happening in this world are easy to miss in such a time as this. Farmers till the soil and the food from all the toil, delivered by truckers driving night and day. Nurses, doctors, paramedics, offering care for all the sick, saving many lives along the way. Ministers and teachers and therapists and preachers find ways for our comfort and to learn. Policemen and firemen do their jobs even beyond when they keep control and help at every turn. All of the good things happening in this world
Thanks, Bernie. That was fantastic. A wonderful message, a positive message for these challenging times. I know a lot of people struggling through this pandemic, being under isolation, but we certainly find ways like that and this to get together and gather as we are sort of genetically programmed to get together. You know, in fact, it's why we've kind of dominated the world. I think we're certainly not the biggest, strongest, meanest, well, maybe meanest, but we're not the biggest, strongest species out there, but our ability to collaborate for good and evil is historically phenomenal, I guess. So anyways, this is a song I played earlier on in Tuesday Live, and I kind of messed up. I think I had picked the wrong harmonica or something. I always felt bad about it. I wanted to come back to it, and thought tonight's the night I'm going to do it. It's called Poncho and Lefty. It's a Willie Nelson, Merle Haggard duet, but I'm going to do it all by myself. Living on the road, my friend, was gonna keep you free and clean. But now you wear your skin like iron, your breath's as hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only boy, but her favorite one, it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye. Poncho was abandoned, boys, rode a horse as fast as polished steel, wore his guns outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Well, Poncho met his match, you know, on the deserts down in Mexico. No one heard his dying word. All the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. That Poncho bit down south, it ended up in Lefty's mouth. The day they laid old Poncho low, Lefty split for Ohio, where he got the bread to go. Well, there ain't nobody knows. No, the they say they could have had him any day. They only let him slip away out of kindness, I suppose. Poets sing how Poncho fell. Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet and Cleveland's cold, and so the story ends, we're told. When Poncho needs your prayers, it's true, but save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do. Growing old, and all the federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him say they could have had him any day. They only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. Well, thank you for the kind words there, folks. And some of you may have, if you're following the news at all last little bit, and you pretty obscure music news, maybe for some people, is a gentleman by the name of Tony Rice passed away on Christmas Day. He was 69 years old. Tony, for those of you who don't know who Tony Rice is or was, fantastic, amazing acoustic guitarist, bluegrass, started out bluegrass and got into sort of a little more jazzy bluegrass. I had the pleasure to see him play a couple times. Once at, we went to Western University when I was actually still in university, saw him play with the David Grisman Quartet, which was kind of a jazzy, bluegrassy sort of group. And sort of was almost enough to make you want to put down. I was just starting out guitar back then, and it's almost enough to make you want to put your guitar down because he has such an amazing talent. If you want to really see his what he does, go to YouTube and check out Tony Rice. I think it's called, there's a track called Manzanita, which he plays kind of little kind of Spanish rock. It's got a lot of stuff to it, but really shows what he did to the acoustic guitar. In fact, I saw a quote, somebody said they thought Tony Rice was to the acoustic guitar kind of what Jimi Hendrix was to the electric, in terms of how he kind of revolutionized it a bit. But I'm going to play a song that Tony Rice did. I'm not going to do I'm not going to do much justice to the guitar picking parts that Tony would have picked, but just because he was such an influence, at least an inspiration to me as a young guitarist. It's for you, Tony. Railroad train going down the railroad track makes me feel so doggone blue to listen to that old smokestack. Drivers are rolling on, leaving me here behind. Give me back the good old days, let me ramble down the line. Railroad train, leaving me here behind. You're treating me good, you're treating me bad, you're making me think of home. You hear that lonesome train, love to hear the whistle blow, stealing the sun, leaving the rain, and making me wanna go. I've got the blues, longing for company. It's many miles from where I am to the only one for me. It's so lonesome here, waiting for the manifest. I hope that engineer is kind enough to let me be his guest. Railroad train, good old pal to me, takes me everywhere I wanna go. I get my transportation free. Blue railroad train, blue railroad train. Go listen to Tony Rice noise. You want to hear some real flat picking? Lazy yellow moon coming out tonight, shining through the trees. Crickets are singing and lightning bugs floating on the breeze. Baby, get ready. Across the field where the creek turns back by the old stump road, I'm gonna take you to a special place that nobody knows. Baby, get ready. Ooh, you and me go fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Staying the whole night through, feels so good to be with you. Spring is almost over and summer's coming, and the days are getting long. Waited all winter for the time to be right, just to take you along. Baby, get ready. It don't matter if we sit forever and the fish don't bite. We jump in the river and cool ourselves from the heat of the night. Baby, get ready. Lying on our backs and counting stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Staying the whole night through, feels so good to be with you and me. Go fishing in the dark, lying on our backs and counting stars where the cool grass grows. Down by the river in the full moonlight, we'll be falling in love in the middle of the night, just moving slow. Staying the whole night through, feels so good to be with you. Fishing in the Dark, nitty-gritty dirt band song. I'm going to sing another song here that was a favorite of my dad's. My dad, in fact, requested it when I played it his 90th birthday. I was a little embarrassed. I hadn't played it for a while, and I couldn't remember all the words for it. So I played it every time I played for him since, and he's gone now. But his birthday was a couple days ago. His birthday was on the 27th. He would have been 97 years old. But so happy birthday up there, wherever you are, Dad. I think he's probably everywhere, aren't we? Once we pass away, we dissolve into everythingness or something like that. Who knows? We'll find out when we get there. But it's called Don't Laugh at Me. Thanks for requesting it, Emily. I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call the geek, the little girl who never smiles, 'cause I've got braces on my teeth, and I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm that kid on every playground who's always chosen last, single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. And you don't have to be my friend, but is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. laughing little boy when someone crossed that yellow line. The day they laid him in the ground is the day I lost my mind. And right now I'm down to holding this little cardboard sign. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. Oh, in God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect ways. Don't laugh at me. I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm deaf, I'm blind. Hey, aren't we all? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Excellent. Thank you. We're going to turn the screen over to our good friend from Eastern Ontario, Stan McRae. I think Stan requested a song, so I might try to throw that in there as well. Take it away, Stan. wind's always blowing from down Summerside to the Queen Charlotte Islands. There's a way of life we've always known. This is our home. This is our home. Some northern lights dancing over Yellowknife, standing in the middle of a field. From Pier 21 all the way to Flin Flon, you gotta cross the Canadian Shield. And no one knows winter like we know winter, blowing in off Lake Ontario. From the Ottawa Canal to Montreal Carnival, there's a little place I love in the Gatineaus, with a covered bridge and a swimming hole. Yeah, this is our home. This is our home. Portage and Maine to Yonge and Queen, and every street corner in between. No matter where you go in this rugged land, there's one thing we all understand. Every woman, every child and man. 8:30 Newfoundland. 8:30 Newfoundland. 8:30 Newfoundland. Way up in Peace County and Daly's County, and clear across the Thunder Bay, where Winnipeg feels like forever and hope feels like never, let alone El Campbell River Way. When you cross the border and see the caribou on the quarter, then and only then you'll know you'll be home. I've heard from the peg to the chuck, and the Yankees call us Canucks, but together we'll never stand alone. Yeah, together we'll never stand alone. Yeah, forever the maple leaf will be flowing. This is our home. This is our home. This is our home. This is our home. The tar sands in Fort Mac, Redwood Strands in Kitimat, down in the Sioux Schwabs too. I've seen midnight feel like high noon, from the Dome to Saskatoon. There's Confederation Bridge and Butternut Ridge, Sudbury and the Sioux. I've lived in the Lakeland, I've been to the Badlands, head smashed in Buffalo Jump too. I've been snowed in for days on the Trans-Canada Highway, and that was in the month of June. This is our home. 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 Thanks for requesting that, Stan. I was a little rusty on it. Some little phrase changes in there I got a little mixed up, but great song. Makes you proud to be Canadian, doesn't it? And speaking of Canadians and people who love Canadian music and play some great Canadian music and dig out some great Canadian treasures, this next song was actually written by a fellow in PEI, but I think is a popular song in Newfoundland, and was recorded by the Irish Descendants, a great Newfoundland band. And our good friend Waxxie pulled together, interesting cast of characters, some fantastic musicians, and some familiar looking fellas playing some instruments we didn't even know they had out in there, out behind the pig barn, I guess. So anyways, let's see what Waxxie's got for us this week.
to the flute, dance to the fiddle. She's a needle around the waist, there's a cow around the middle. Let her go, let her go, you'll find another. There's a lot of pretty women at the head of Grand River. Now with him alone by the strand for 40 years without a man. She danced around, she waved her hand, she set her sights on the uncle dance. She can dance to the flute, dance to the fiddle. She's a needle around the waist, there's a cow around the middle. Let her go, let her go, you'll find another. There's a lot of pretty women at the head of Grand River. Now he would not listen to my advice, and he married her there on a Wednesday night. She had all the grub at the party there, drank every man clean under his chair. She could dance to the flute, dance to the fiddle. She's a beater on the waist, there's a cow around the middle. Let her go, let her go, you'll find another. There's a lot of pretty women at the head of Grand River. Now when he got home, he spent his night, and the Uncle Dan got a hell of a fright. She hung her leg from the barn wall, down on the floor, he did fall. One glass eye off came her hair, and down the road into that there. She can dance to the flute, dance to the fiddle. She's a beater on the waist, there's a cow around the middle. Let her go, let her go, you'll find another. There's a lot of pretty women at the head of Grand River. Said a letter home to her saying, darling, if you ever need another man, you can count me out, love Uncle Dan. She can dance to the flute, dance to the fiddle. She's a meter around her waist, there's a cow around the middle. Let her go, let her go, you'll find another. There's a lot of pretty women at the head of Grand River. She can dance to the flute, dance to the fiddle. She's a meter around her waist, there's a cow around the middle. Let her go, let her go, you'll find another. There's a lot of pretty women at the head of Grand River. Woo!
Now hold on just a minute. I didn't want to end the show there. Who's producing this? Oh, between Christmas and New Year's, you get a little lax in your editing thing, so that's good. I thought I wanted to say goodbye to everybody. I wanted to maybe sing a song too. So remind you, we're going to keep going with this, folks, into 2021. Hope everybody has fantastic last few days of 2020. Hasn't been the greatest year, but you know, it's been a year. We're here. We're still all here. A lot of us, anyways. We lost a few along the way, that's for sure. More than a fair share, I would guess. But certainly look back on those we've lost, and we've gained a few as well. There's some new folks come into the world as well. So always thank you for watching tonight. I sort of was going to pass on the after party. Just going to take it easy. Unless someone really wants to go, send me a text. Well, we can connect on Zoom or something. But hope to see you next Tuesday. And always looking for new talent. And so we said Bernie there threw something in, and always looking for folks to get up and do something. And anything, pictures, photographs, poems, we love it all. This is just sort of a palette for artists to paint upon. Various folks from across the country, and I just try to keep it together like a loose bit of glue, I guess. But anyways, here's a song going out to all of you, and be safe out there, and remember that to love, and that you are loved as well. Everybody needs a place to go. Everybody needs a way to know that they're just loved. Why do we hurt the ones we love? Don't we lift them up instead of putting them down and just love? Deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. We keep it covered up with a layer of clay. We gotta start washing it off someday with just love. Only be here for a very short time, to lie in the sun and drink sweet wine and just love. Well, I'll be here and then be gone. Instead of harsh words and singing sad songs, let's just love. Deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. Keep it covered up with a layer of clay. You gotta start washing it off someday with just love. Do, and if you join with me, well then we would make two. We need more giving, less taken away. If we start right now, we'll get there someday to just love. Thanks to everybody for the show tonight. Waxxie, fantastic job with that Uncle Dan song. Robbie O'Spoon too on the pipes, wasn't that fantastic? Burnett, his compilation song, and Stan McRae. Fantastic pictures, and all of you for watching tonight. See you in 2021. Find it in your heart if you look deep enough. You find the only thing that we really need now. It's just love. Hard to just love in a world full of hate. If we get started now, it won't be too late to just love. 'Cause deep inside every one of us, there's something brighter than gold waiting to shine out. Keep it covered up with a layer of clay. Gotta start washing it off someday with just just love.